YouTube, what's good? We back with another NBA video. We added over 60 players to NBA 2K24 who weren't available or in game. Everybody from Reggie Miller to God Shamgar. Keep in mind, I got them on the regular roster on teams. I'm just using this created player list screen because it's easier to navigate, run through, and show y'all everybody much faster. Some of these players were created, some I downloaded online and just added my spin and the draft picks, and now we here. I'll show you how to download the roster like I said. We'll run through the full list, take a close look at a few players. As you can see on screen, we'll start with Charles Barkley out of Auburn, 1984 draft pick, first round, fifth overall. And now I'm going to just run through and y'all can take y'all look. Reggie Miller, 1987, first round, 11th overall out of UCLA. Rasheed Wallace out of North Carolina, first round, fourth overall pick, 1995. Alvin Robinson, who played for the San Antonio Spurs, 1984 draft pick, first round, seventh overall pick out of Arkansas. Big Beast Al Jeff, 2004 pick. Isaiah Thomas is available in game, but only through the draft class. So if you do that, he'll just be listed as undrafted. As you can see, we got his real draft pick, 2011, second round, last pick. IT, Oscar Schmidt. This is not his real draft pick, I will admit. I just used it, but he was a real pick in 1984. If you don't know who he is, you definitely need to do your research. He was cold. Played for Brazil. Dropped 40-something points on the Dream Team. He was nasty. Nasty work. Josh Howard played for Dallas. 2003 pick, first round, 29th overall. Nikola Pekovic, 2008. Ran with Minnesota for a minute. Andrew Bynum, of course, we know who that is. Out of high school, 2005 draft pick. David Lee. Made his name with New York and the Golden State Warriors. 2005 draft pick. Jabari Parker, second overall pick in 2014 out of Duke. Len Bias never made it to the league, unfortunately, but he was drafted. That is his real draft pick, 1986. He was the second overall pick. He was cold out of Maryland. Len Bias. Point guard, Brandon Knight, 2011. 2004. Lance Stevenson, 2010 draft pick out of Cincinnati. Versatile wing. Let's take a look at Lance. This is not my creation. I got him from online, but that's a good Lance Stevenson. Here we up to, okay, Okor. Played with Utah out of Turkey. 2001 draft pick. Tayshaun Prince out of Kentucky. I definitely got to fix his years pro. I didn't mean to leave him as a rookie. But yeah, that's Tayshaun Prince. Mookie Blaylock out of Oklahoma. First round pick, 12th overall, 1989. Chandler Parsons, another player who you can get through the draft class, but he will come out as undrafted. So we got his 2011 draft pick, as you can see, second round, out of Florida. John Salmons, 2002 draft pick, first round, 25th overall. Nikola Mirotic, out of Montenegro. He was the gunner from Chicago. Definitely was lights out from three. 2011 draft pick. Nenad Kristić, 2002 draft pick, big man out of Serbia. Marvin Williams out of North Carolina, who was the second overall pick in 2005. Kenneth Fareed out of Morehead State, 2011 draft pick. Dale Davis out of Clemson, the OG, 1991. Did his thing in Indiana for years. Brandon Bass out of LSU, second round pick, 2005. Anthony Randolph, wing out of LSU, lefty. Nasty work. Was definitely low-key one of my favorite players at the time. He was a first-round pick, 2008. Dion Waiters, another player who is available in draft class, but of course he comes out as undrafted. Here we got him with the pick, first round, fourth overall, 2012. Randy Foye out of Villanova, 2006. Rašo Nestorovic out of Slovenia, 1998. Andres Nocioni was not drafted, but he was doing his thing for a while. He's in the game out of Argentina. DeJuan Wagner out of Memphis. Could have been a star. 2002 pick, sixth overall, first round. DeJuan Wagner. Jahlil Okafor, third overall pick, first round, 2015, out of Duke. Jahlil Okafor. Jared Bayless out of Arizona, 2008. Samuel Dallenberg out of Seton Hall, 2001. Big man. R.I.P. Lorenzen Wright, big man out of Memphis. He was a seventh overall pick in 1996. Trey Burke, I don't know why they took him out the game. He was just in it, but Trey Burke is in the game out of Michigan, 2013 draft pick. Keon Clark, 1998, UNLV, big man. Eddie Griffin, R.I.P., out of Seton Hall. Iman Shumpert, Georgia Tech, 2011. Chris Mim, the big man out of Texas, seventh overall pick in 2000. Chris Mim. Gerald Green, another player, of course, you could get him in a draft class, but he doesn't have his draft pick here. We got it. 2005. He was a first round pick, 18th overall out of high school. Jump out the building. Jamal Tinsley, Iowa State, 2001, point guard. The late, great Malik Sealy, RIP, out of St. John's. Was a first round pick, 14th overall, 1992. One of the biggest players to ever play. 7'7", over 300 pounds, from Romania. 1993 draft pick. Played with Washington and the New Jersey Nets. 7'7", George Mursan. Chris Duhon out of Duke. Gravis Vasquez out of Maryland, 2010. Calvin Cato, Iowa State, 1997 draft pick. Robert Tractor Trailer, Michigan, 1998. Sam Bowie. If you don't know, he was the pick before Jordan, 1984 draft. First round, second overall out of Kentucky. He had a bunch of injury issues. And that's why he's not a bust in my book, because he had a bunch of legit injuries. Sam Bowie's in the game. Austin Day out of Gonzaga, 2009 pick, outside shooter. Mike Dickerson out of Arizona, 1998 draft pick. Played with Memphis Grizzlies way back for his injuries. Baby Jordan, that's what they used to call him. Harold Miner out of USC, 1992 draft pick. Jared Sullinger is in the draft class, but of course, he'll be listed as undrafted. He was a 2012 first round, 21st overall to Ohio State. Jared Sullinger. Delonte West is in the game, St. Joseph's. Always praying for you, brother. 2004 draft pick, first round, 24th overall. Delonte West is in the game. Jimmer Fredette out of BYU. We know who that man is. Ekpe Udo out of Baylor, 2010 draft pick, big man, defense. Adam Morrison, that is his face scan. He's available in draft class, but as undrafted, here we do have his draft pick. Third overall pick, 2006 out of Gonzaga, Adam Morrison. Jose Ortiz, who's a complete random. He was actually one of the first picks out of Puerto Rico. He was one of the first players actually drafted out of Puerto Rico back in 1987. He was a first round pick, 15th overall. I believe he went to Utah. Anthony Bennett, UNLV, first overall from 2013. In and out the league, but he is in the game. Another random player, Satnam Singh, out of India. He was the first Indian pick in 2015. 7'2", 350 pounds, big man. He never played in the league, but he was a real pick. Hashim Tabit out of Connecticut, we know that. Taco Fall, another player they took out. I don't know why. Definitely got to work on that render because that's not the best. But Taco Fall's in the game. God, Sham God. A lot of people don't even know he was a real draft pick. He actually got drafted in 1997. He was a second round draft pick for Washington. Played out of Providence. God, Sham God is in the game. And yes, his handles are crazy. God, Sham God is in the game. And that should be it. That's about 60-some players right there. I'll show you how to download. If y'all want to just download my roster, y'all could go to modern or current. You get the same players, either or. I'll just show y'all the. Once you get to this screen, you want to hit triangle once you get here. And just input my online ID. Legends roster, you want to download that. I'll show y'all a few players so y'all don't think I'm capping. There you go, that's Reggie. That's Rashid. Tayshawn with Tayshawn. So yeah, check it out. And keep in mind, any players y'all don't see on regular teams, check in free agency. Free agency is full of players. It's a ridiculous amount of players. I can't even tell you how many players I added all to the roster. I added all the errors. So I took the modern era and I put them in here too. As you can see, Jalen Duren. This is the Kobe era, and I put all the rookies in here. So check it out, Demo 420. check creative rosters, check NBA Modern and Kobe, and I do the WNBA roster. I think I got the number 2 downloaded WNBA roster right now. So check them out. Download, like, subscribe,